Hi, and welcome to Jag at the Movies. I'm your host, Jag Heim, and today we're continuing our look into the world of James Bond with the fifth 007 film, You Only Live Twice, and twice is the only way to live. Taking influence from Ian Fleming's, one of his last couple books before The Man with the Golden Gun, which would be the final book in the original Fleming books. The plot of the film is that not a Mercury rocket, but a American rocket has gone missing, and during it, our government, the American government, believe that the Russians are behind it. They think that they're using space itself for military purposes, for complete control. Then the British government say that it was not from Russia. It says that it came from Japan. So, during it, they are going to find out if it's true because of the Singapore radio station for the British Secret Service and of MI6 find out where it's going. And so 007 decides to go looking there. He starts an investigation in Hong Kong, and you think he's killed. Well, you think 007's killed, but it is not. It's a ploy to rule out Spectre, to think that 007 is dead, and during it, Bond is alive. It's a deployment planned by M to find out who's behind this. So Bond goes to Japan. This film would be the first film to go into the Far East, and would be directed by Louis Gilbert, who would return for two other installments, The Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker, which would come out in the 1970s. And this film, taking a little bit of just some of the elements from the book, the film was written by Roald Dahl, who was an old friend of Ian Fleming, and had written Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. We're going to focus on a scene where Bond, after infiltrating the villain's base, which is a classic Ken Adams set, a hollowed-out volcano. This hollowed-out volcano set would return in the James Bond video game GoldenEye Rogue Agent, where you get to not play Agent 007, but a villain who's ready to rule the world. And you're going against classic villains, and also you're going against Dr. No. But this film was originally going to be a little bit different. They originally weren't going to go with You Only Live Twice as the fifth film. They were going to do the Blofeld trilogy, how it was originally done in the books, which starts with Thunderball, continues in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and then ending with You Only Live Twice. But there were some problems that happened. They could not get winter filming for the film, so they decided to shoot You Only Live Twice as the fifth James Bond film. And we're going to focus on the scene where Bond prevents World War III. But the footage here is not owned by me. It's owned by MGM, United Artists, Eon Productions, Dan Jack, and Amazon. If you have never seen this film is on Amazon Prime or on MGM Plus with an MGM Plus subscription. Or if you have your original DVD, being this version, which is the original special 007 edition, and even the Ultimate Edition DVD, and see this sequence. So here we go with James Bond preventing World War III in You Only Live Twice. Let's roll it! So we see Bond going against one of the heavies, Dave Hans, who's a heavy for Blofeld. The person who played Blofeld in this film is Donald Pleasance, who played Dr. Sam Loomis in Halloween, 1978. I love this fight. It's a little bit different than the fight between Bond and Red Grant in You Only Live, not You Only Live Twice, but After Martial with Love. Bond's getting the key to activate the self-destruct mechanism, not in the villain's base, because you think it's for the base, it's going to destroy the enemy rocket. what the villain there got was killed by the piranhas that Blofeld has. Blofeld has that in the film, but in the book he doesn't have piranhas in the book. But some elements from that book would actually be reused in 007's last movie that just came out, in No Time to Die. Some of this was using miniatures that was done by the special effects people on this one, with John Steers working, I think,
Holding fast in our vehicle. Orbit identical.
All units stand by for code word. Code word is imminent.
I repeat, holding fast in our vehicle.
They think that it's the Russians, but it's not. It's actually Spectre doing this. Yeah! Haha! Classic James. Classic James. The film would be another box office success, and Queen Elizabeth would actually meet Sean Connery at the premiere in 1967 in London. But in the press, Connery decided to resign from the series before finishing his deal, which was a 6-picture deal he was originally going to finish with On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which would be the final film for him as Bond. But there were some problems that happened in turmoil and development. He wasn't going to be Bond, and during it, instead of allowing Connery to come back and do it, and Connery having a little bit of a feud, a bit with Cubby Broccoli and Harry Saltman, he decided to leave the franchise. But he would return not in the next film, but the one after. But we're going to focus, coming up next, on another moment, but this time not on You Only Live Twice, but on the James Bond film, which is a favorite Bond film of other Bond fans, including myself, and the favorite of Mr. Joseph Darlington of being James Bond, which was his number one until Casino Royale. We're focusing on Her Majesty's Secret Service. And the footage here was not owned by me. It's owned by MGM, United Artists, Eon, Danjack, and Amazon. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And until next time, this has been Jack Harmon, Jack in the Movie saying so long for now. And goodbye.